Okay, everyone. Glad to have you back. This is Miss G, crafting, etc. Today, I just want to start a video. I have made a video most of the year. Been a lot of different things going on in life, and we get that time in our life when things just don't go right. But I'm happy to say that today, I hope to do this video and do others coming up soon, at least once every month. I can't say every 2 weeks because I'm still unsteady on certain personal things, but this relaxes me. So what I'm going to do is today we're going to make a bookmarker for our books. I know some people are into electronic books and they don't read hardcover books, but I do. And I have a lot of friends who still do, and they have friends that still read hardcover books. So we're going to do a bookmarker. You don't need a lot of things. Some things you might already have. In this case, I'm going to make a simple one. This is basically a ribbon. It's 11 inches long, and it's 1.25 inches probably wide. You're going to need some crimps. Let me see if I can show you these crimps. The crimps, they use them to make bracelets, and also they're very valuable in doing making bookmarkers. So you need 2 of these. Okay, they come in the packages of mixed in different tones. This is a like a silver. You're gonna need jump rings. Okay, you'll need a large jump ring. Hopefully you can see that. That's a large jump ring. And you're gonna need 2 of those. And then you're gonna need a smaller jump ring. Again, let me see if I can get this so I can show you. I'm so excited about being back to make another video finally after all this time. And this is a small jump ring. Okay, you're gonna need 2 of those. I have a miscellaneous chain. When I make these bookmarkers, I like to signify which one is the top and which part of the ribbon is the bottom. It really depends on what type of pieces or attachments you use. In this case, I got a miscellaneous piece of chain. It's probably about 1 inch long, or maybe a little longer, but if I see where it's too long, I'll just cut it off. Okay, and this again is going to be a quick bookmark. You're also going to need, well, I have miscellaneous pieces of jewelry. I was going to use this part on the earring. This is one of my paper beads that I created last year, and I have a lot of paper beads, but this just happens to be the color, a blue and a pink that matches what I want to do with the ribbon. And I've added a tassel, again, from a pair, must have been a pair of earrings I had in miscellaneous, and I had a tassel, so I added a little tassel. So this way I'll know this is the end of mine, or the end or the beginning. The decorative part is the part you really want to be at the top of your bookmark. Then I have another piece of same type paper bead. Again, the paper beads are crackled and it's nail polish and whatever, but it's a piece that I didn't use these on the project I was working on last year, so I had them left over. This is why we save everything, and I like to recycle everything. On the end of it is a little jewel. It was just laying about in the box. I thought it'd make the bookmark a little more interesting, because sometimes your bookmarks can be just boring. I like the ones that bring interest to you when you leave it in your book. People tend to notice it, and it makes you, enjoy using it. Okay. I have flat nose pliers, and I have wrong nose pliers. And again, you just your choice of what you work better with. So I keep them both at hand. So we're going to get started, and hopefully you'll see what I'm doing, and then take it a few more steps further, like I have. And I'll also tell you where you can go on Facebook to find the different bookmarkers I've already made, and they're up for purchase. Okay, and of course that's Miss G Craft, etc. You can just go right online and pull my name up, and it'll bring you my Facebook page. Again, that's Miss G Crafting, etc. And that's on the Facebook page. Okay, all right. So let's get started. You're going to take your end of your ribbon. You're going to take your crimp. You're going to add it to your ribbon. Now, what I found out, sometimes our ribbon can be a little bit too long or too wide for the crimp, but this is just right. If you ever run into that problem, you can always put a little crease in it like that. Just a little crease. You just take it and put a crease in it, then put it in your crimp, and it'll fit the crimp you're trying, if your ribbon tends to be too big. But in this case, the ribbon is just right, so I don't have to put a crease in it. So I'm going to add my crimp to the top. The trick of this is to balance it with one finger, with one hand, and then press and lock each end. So we're going to do that because sometimes it gets a little slippery. Again, press and lock. Hold your ribbon because you don't see how it slipped out. Luckily, I can slide it back in because that's the thing you have to have that balance going on. So I slid it right back in. Now I'm going to crimp it again because I want to catch those teeth. The crimps have teeth, which is why they call them crimps. I got my finger in there this time. And then you're going to balance it and you're going to crimp it again and keep crimping it and making sure that your ribbon is still inside all the way to the, inside all the way to the top. I have to remember not to go so high when I'm using my video. One of the good things I've done, I actually have my craft room in another area of my basement now. And I'm able to have my video camera right here on my craft table. And it actually stays here now. I don't move it. So now if I decide I want to do a video on something that I'm making straight out, I can just turn the camera on, just like I'm doing now. Now see, it's crimped in there. It's real tight. And that's what you want to do. You want to make sure it's real tight. And it's not, you can always crimp your ends. You crimp your ends where you can hardly see, which is okay. Because you don't want your ribbons to come out. And you can use any kind of ribbon. I've made some with ribs. I've made some that have shimmer. I mean, you could go anywhere when you make these. You could just take any type of ribbon, any style of ribbon, and create your own fancy bookmarks to give as gifts or to take them and use them to take them to your craft shows. Okay, now that I did this one end, I'm going to do the other end. Again, you take your crimp, put it onto the bottom of your ribbon, hold with your other hand, and then crimp so it'll catch. Getting the teeth in, you got to be careful. Get your teeth in, crimp down real hard, keep a balance. So you got to continue to hold it. Again, continue to hold it and crimp the other end down. Well, I got long nails. See what's okay. Don't worry, it will go right back on as long as you haven't crimped it hard, because you want to make sure that you have it in there all the way to the top of the crimp. And this one wants to be a little slippery. I should have cut my fingernails. That thumbnail tends to be too long. That's the one I get caught in the sewing machine a lot of times. Okay, let me see if I can do this with a balancing act. Okay, crimp down straight. Okay, and then crimp. Can you see? I hope you can see. I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm still doing the balance act crimp because I want it to be in there tight. Crimp down. And you continue to crimp until you get it just right. And this crimp has the one with the loop on the end. So you want to make sure they do have crimps without the loop on the end. But we want to make sure we have the one with the loop on the end. So I just turned it around so that I can get it on both sides and put a little more pressure on it, so the ribbon will not move out at any time. And I'll continue to move it around until I'm happy with how it looks on both ends. And it seems to be pretty well. Okay, now that we got that done, I'm going to show you both ends. Both ends are crimped. See? Okay. Now this is where you use your jump rings. I use the larger jump rings basically because I like the way it looks, but sometimes it looks too heavy. So it's just a matter. This is why I said you have to get 2 large ones and 2 small ones, because it's going to what you like, what looks good to you. Sometimes those the large ones can be too much and overpowering for what the jewel you're going to use. So you just have everything at hand, so you'll be able to make 2 or 3. Really, I've made about 4 or 5 within an hour, but some of them take longer because it's a little more detailed. I do a lot of hand making items like digging out beads, and I never make the same thing. Again, even like this one. I'm making this one, but you'll never see another one like this one because I don't have all the same parts. I never have everything just alike. It just took me this long just to get these beads that I just happen to have 2 more of, but even they don't look alike. Okay, so what you're going to do, I decided to use the small jump ring. So I'm going to use the small jump ring and add it to the clamp. So you just twist, always twist, don't pull, always twist. You can twist with your pliers or you can twist with your hands. In this case, this is a lightweight I'm sorry, this is a lightweight jump ring, so I'm able to twist it with my fingers, put it through the hoop, and then add my decoration. And there you go. And then I'm able to twist back. Excuse me, I had to put my good glasses on today. And twist back. And you want to make sure. So what I do is to make sure when I'm twisting them back, you twist back, not pull. And you twist them until the ends meet. Because you do not want to lose your jewels. There you go. You don't want to lose your jewels because the crimp has a circle, but the circle is very thinly made, so it could slip through the ring. So you want to make sure that when you twist your jump ring back together, that they meet all close and that you feel them rubbing together, so it does not come off the bookmark. See, that already looks pretty. Okay. Then we're going to do the other end, the same thing. We're going to add the jump ring. In this case, I'm still going to use the small ones, but I'm going to add the chain. I have the chain. I want to add the chain to this. So I think I should have had one more jump ring, and I think I'm able to get one more. I have my little pieces and everything right here, so just give me a moment. I just looked in the bottom of the bag, and I know, oh, there you go. I do have a small one. Oh, there you are. One small jump ring, because I'm gonna add the chain to this. So again, I'm gonna twist open, take my chain, I'm gonna twist. I got a jump ring, small jump ring, twist open. I'm adding the chain to it, like so. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add this jump ring to the bottom of the ring of the loop on the clasp right here. Then I'm going to twist it back closed and making sure that I feel the rub so I'll know it won't slip off later off the crimp. And I'm just about done. Okay. Not yet. Just a little more. And then it'll be all right. There you go. And now I have the chain attached. Now, sometimes I have the chain up to it, and sometimes it's a little too long because, again, I added this jewel, so I don't want it to be too long when it hangs out the book. So when I added the jewel, I'm looking at the chain, and I'm saying, you know what, maybe I don't need that much chain. Sometimes, you just got enough chain, or maybe I don't need the jewel. But in this case, I'm thinking, maybe I just don't need the other bead. I'll save the bead for something else and just add the stone. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to add the stone. Because I think the bead would make this, some bookmarks are from, when they finish, they're from 12 to 14 to 17 inches long. It depends. Because some people just like it. In this case, this is going to be, this is already 12. And that makes it 16 inches long. I think that's long enough. I don't want it to be too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to add the chain to it. I'm going to leave the chain on, but I'm not going to add the other bead. I'm just going to add the jewel. The jewel will signify just as a decoration for the bottom or top. It depends on the person who uses it. So I'm just going to use the jewel. So all I have to do is separate this. And this is why I like doing a video, because I'm a senior. And I do a lot of things just to relax. My daughter's trying to encourage me to give a show. I'm going to do a craft show, and I should be pretty good at that. I've been doing retail for years. But I'm not sure if I'm really ready, because I do all this relaxing. But it's not that my product is not good, because I make it because my mother's word is that you got to make things and do things for yourself that you enjoy and make sure that you like wearing it or using it. In this case, I want to make sure that I like using it, and I find that the people the people who have used these, they've actually liked them. I don't like the length of this chain, so I'm gonna cut it off just a little bit more. So just a little bit. I'm gonna cut it off just a little bit. There you go. That works. And then I'm going to add the jewel to it. Like this, not that. Add this jewel to it. Just bear with me. It's like threading a needle for me. I told my daughter I'm going to give me one of those magnifying glasses that you clamp to your desk so that I can see everything. I have some magnifying glasses I bought that were advertised on television. They work pretty well over my glasses, but I think if I get the one that attaches to my desk, it'll be a lot easier and a little more convenient for me. Because putting these on my glasses, I'm just closing the ring. Now I'm running my mouth, but I'm closing the ring. Just bear with me right here. Now, of course, you can go on eBay, not eBay, I'm sorry, on Etsy, and you'll see a lot of bookmarks. I mean, which is where I actually was shopping for bookmarks and realized that I could actually make them. And once I started, it's like anything I do. Once I get started on something, I tend to crank out different kind because, again, I'm still a one-of-a-kind person. Okay, that took as much as 16 minutes, and we have created a bookmark for our book. So I'm going to clean this area off so you can see the beautiful bookmark. And if you like it, you can, like again, you can make them out of ribbons of any kind. Ribbons, you can make them you can make the thong bookmark, which is really popular. It's like a long string of cord. You can make the wire bookmarks. You know, they're all a lot of fun. There's so many different kinds. Again, if you want to go to my craft page, which is fashion book / Miss G's Crafting, etc. .com, you will see that, okay? Or you just type in Miss G's on the internet, and of course I come up automatically because I am #1. Again, this is the bookmark, and I'm going to put it where you can see it. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it over. Okay, this is your bookmark. We have our tassel and a bookmark. I don't have a book down here, but again, this is 16 inches. After the finished product, it's 16 inches long. So you start with your ribbon about 11, and what makes it longer is the jewels and the charms that you add on. And you can just add on. I have a collection of bookmarks on my page, from Christian bookmarks to fun bookmarks to thong bookmarks. So again, this was fun making it. So I hope you enjoyed. And this is Miss G again, signing off and hoping to make another video soon. Bye bye.